Welcome to Virtual Advantage, an early literacy and storytime series. My name is Joyce Laiosa. This is the first in a series of lessons to help storytime facilitators, librarians, early childhood educators, and library volunteers integrate early literacy skills and components into an online storytime. Our first lesson will touch on the research that has been done in this field and explain what early literacy skills are, as well as how to encourage parents and caregivers to replicate these skills at home. First and foremost, I must channel my inner Fred Rogers. If you plan to do virtual story times, you must calm your presentation, and this can be hard for me, so you must really think about this. Slow your speech and react to what children are saying. It's very hard to know how well a child is receiving what you're doing on screen when you can't hear them or see them. But if you slow down as you're presenting this online, then you give the child an opportunity to think about it and to know what you're asking and for them to be able to follow you through. I really think that we can all do this. And frankly, even when we're doing these in front of children, sometimes we do get excited about our presentations and forget to slow down. How do I know that this will work, or that slowing down, giving space to kids, and the whole program is going to work? Based on scientific research, using PET scans, we know that as children grow, their synapses, think of it as brain highways, start forming and linking. If you look at the picture in front of you, synaptic density, you'll see at birth that there's very little connection, very sparse. But children start to understand and connect sounds, and eventually those sounds become words, names, objects, everything. It's the life story of the world with language. If you look at the middle section of that picture, when they're 6 years old, you can see that it's just chock full of information. But by 14 years old, it starts to winnow out what they don't need, or certainly what has become superfluous. The scientific research shows us that story time isn't just an entertainment element in a child's life, but an educational tool for parents and caregivers working with newborns to children entering kindergarten. We are the facilitators for children and parents. Let me say that again. We are the facilitators for children and parents. And now I want you to repeat it with me, please. It's really important this message get through to you. We are the facilitators for children and parents. We remind and prod these adults of what they can do to help their child with language, and eventually it will lead to reading when the child enters school. We encourage active play. We offer music, books, activities that are replicable at home. We use new books or board books that are the best and that may have just come out and parents won't know about them. We remind them to enjoy and repeat nursery rhymes. We help adults learn that clapping, chanting, and singing is a wonderful way to help a child hear letters, sounds, and words. And we facilitate imagination. So here's one of my tips. Keep that research in mind as you plan your story times. Repetition is important, proved by research. Repetition is building that highway. So doing the same songs week after week with the same finger play, maybe changing one thing in your story time, is okay, because the child's synapses, that brain highway, is being built. And if you change everything you do every week, there's no continuity. They need that continuity to build that highway. So for instance, and this is just something you can also mention to parents. Let's say you use Old MacDonald. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Now, you might want to encourage parents to just cut out pictures from a magazine, or if they have a book with animals in it, to just, instead of reading the book, say, let's just sing our song from the library. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack quack, moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Parents don't need puppets. Hey, if they want to go out and they love them and the children love them, great. They could take the pictures and just spread them out in front of the children. Or again, open the books and just sing this song because there's animals in the book. It's just another way of repetition. Reminds the child the names of the animals, the sounds they make. Using letters, even mentioning what letter starts the word moo. These are all integrated into Storytime and in your tips to parents. All right, let's go on here to learn what is early literacy. What is early literacy? Talking is the biggest key, developing early literacy. Singing helps us hear and play with smaller sounds in the words we say. Reading, writing, playing free, all make us smart as we can be. Now I'm going to clap it, and I hope you will join me as we clap through the syllables. So, talking is the biggest key, developing early literacy. Singing helps us hear and play with smaller sounds in the words we say. Reading, writing, playing free, all make us smart as we can be. Okay, well that was pretty simple. And you can do that with any song. You don't always have to sing. You can chant it and clap it. Now let's all just sing the song to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Talking is the biggest key, developing early literacy. Singing helps us hear and play with smaller sounds in the words we say. Reading, writing, playing free, all make us smart as we can be. The early literacy skills. We start with talking, the key to developing oral language and to cultivate the facility in each of the early literacy components. Singing, the most direct link to early literacy is the phonological awareness, or the ability to hear and play with the smaller sounds in words. A word is separated into syllables, slowing down its pronunciation. Read. Reading aloud to a child correlates to all facets of early literacy. Write involves the ability to think and the coordination to be able to simultaneously make relatively small marks on paper. Play. Children develop higher learning thinking and language, use their imaginations, incorporate problem solving, and practice self-control. The components. Think of it as the building blocks of early literacy. Oral language, which is speaking, listening, and communication skills. Phonological awareness, which is the ability to hear and play with the smaller sounds in words. Print conventions, understanding that print has meaning. that the printed word represents the words we speak, directions of the text, and how to handle a book. Letter knowledge, knowing that the same letter can look different and that letters have names and represent sounds. Vocabulary, knowing the meanings of words, objects, actions, concepts, feelings, ideas. And background knowledge, prior knowledge, what children should know about the world and how things work by the time they enter school. That includes the content knowledge, the conceptual thinking, print motivation, and book and story knowledge. Next time, we will cover intentionality, setting goals, planning our tips within our agendas, and even assessing our good intentions. Hope you'll join me. See you then.